The crisis in Westminster reached unprecedented levels this week after MPs strangled to take control of Britain's withdrawal from the European Union away from the Prime Minister, according to the Sky News editor-at-large. The veteran political broadcaster has heavily criticised parliamentarians for failing to serve the public, as the deadlock in the House of Commons shows no signs of being resolved. Mr. Boulton also expressed his concern at the upheaval caused by the UK's stuttering exit from the EU and stated the normal rules of politics don't seem to work anymore. On Tuesday, Mrs. May's flagship Brexit deal was once again thumped in the second meaningful vote by a 149 majority, yet it was business as usual inside number 10, Mr. Boulton wrote on Sky News. When they can't get vital business into law, prime ministers are ousted, usually, and governing parties often fall. None of this applies today in Brexit Britain. Brexit News. Theresa May's Brexit deal was defeated by 149 votes. On Tuesday, Image PA, Theresa May does not command the support of dozens of members of the Conservative Party which she leads, or from the 10 Democratic Unionists who have been allocated over £1 billion from taxpayers to give her a working majority in the Commons. Britain now faces an inevitable delay in leaving the bloc after MPs voted in favour of a motion extending Article 50 beyond March 29. However, this is not legally binding. The motion, backed by a majority of 211, instructs Mrs. May to ask Brussels for an extension, which will increase the prospect of overthrowing the result of the referendum. Brexit News. The Prime Minister will bring another meaningful vote on her deal next week. Image PA. The idea of rejecting the will of 17.4 million people who voted leave in the 2016 referendum would have serious consequences for both major political parties. Mr. Boulton said, "Wherever you stand on leaving or remaining, the EU issue has a lot to answer for. People are much more strongly committed to their view on the EU than that to any political party." Next week, the Prime Minister will bring her withdrawal agreement back for a third meaningful vote, and in the meantime will continue her efforts to salvage her deal. Further talks are expected over the coming days with the Democratic Unionist Party (DUP), in the hope that persuading the 10 Northern Irish MPs to back the deal will help Swiss cause of Tory Eurosceptics to fall into line. DUP Deputy Leader Nigel Dodd said lengthy talks on Friday with senior ministers including Chancellor Philip Hammond were constructive, and there was a renewed focus from the government on addressing their concerns. Mrs. May will meet with EU leaders at a summit on Thursday, who have already made it clear any Brexit delay will require the agreement of the other 27 European Union member states.